Lesson 5, the human circulatory system. In this chapter, we have already covered the topics main part of the circulatory system, heart, blood vessels. Today, we are going to continue from process of circulation in the body. Process of circulation in the body. So, let's study circulation of blood in the body. So, here we will learn that how blood circulates in our body. Blood circulation is the continuous flow of blood inside the human body. You know, children, that blood circulation it takes place continuously in our body. This is aided by the heart as it pumps the blood continuously. And how it happens? Because of our heart. Because our heart always pumps the blood, always pumps blood in our body. So this blood circulation is possible due to heart only. Now we'll see this representation of blood circulation in human body. So how this circulation takes place in our body. From the left ventricle, you know children, this is your left ventricle. Clear? This is your left ventricle. So from here, and this is the picture of heart. This is the picture of heart. This is a diagram of heart. So from left ventricle of the heart, oxygenated blood. This red color, no, it shows that oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means pure blood. Oxygenated blood is carried to each cell. From here, that pure blood, oxygenated blood is carried to each cell of the body by the aorta. Here is aorta. Here you can see here aorta. Okay. So oxygenated blood, pure blood is carried by the cell. The arteries and the capillaries. Arteries and capillaries. So pure blood is carried by each cell of the body by the aorta, the arteries and the capillaries. So all these arteries, capillaries and aorta all takes oxygenated blood, pure blood. Okay. Cell use oxygen and give up carbon dioxide. All the cells they use oxygenated blood. Okay, oxygen and give up carbon dioxide, and it gives back carbon dioxide. Now the veins carry all the deoxygenated blood. Our veins, it carries all deoxygenated blood, that is impure blood, from the body back to the right atrium. Right atrium here. This is which blood? Deoxygenated blood, impure blood. So the veins carry all the deoxygenated blood from the body back to right atrium of the heart. Deoxygenated blood is pumped to the lungs. Now this deoxygenated blood, it is, look here, look that red, this deoxygenated blood is pumped by, this is our lungs. Okay, is pumped to the, it is pumped to the lungs from the heart. From the heart, this is our heart now, and deoxygenated blood from here it is pumped to the lungs from the heart for oxygenation. For oxygenation, here it gets the oxygenated. Okay, the oxygenated blood is brought back to the heart. Now it is oxygenated here, then it brought back to, here you can see the arrow, back to your heart, which pumps it to the entire body. This way it pumps again to our body. So this circulation, this is circulation, no, this circle, it is like circle. So this circulation takes place in our body. Okay, this process is continue. This process is continue. This always, this circulation take place in our body. Okay, this way blood circulate in our body. I hope this is clear to you. Now next we are going to study about our heartbeat. The heart is mainly composed of muscles which rhythmically contract and relax throughout life. So you know children, the heart is mainly composed of muscles. It is composed of muscles which is rhythmically contract and relax. Contract and relax. Okay, the contraction of heart chamber is known as systole and relaxation is known as diastole. Okay, the contraction of heart, it heart beats, no, it contract and relax. So the contraction is said to be systole and relaxation is said to be diastole. Underline it, important thing. One systole followed by a diastole makes a complete heartbeat. Okay, that one systole, you know, duck it does. So one systole followed by a distole, and then only it makes one heartbeat. One heartbeat. Systole and distole when together means one by one, this makes one heartbeat. The human heartbeat at the rate of 72 times per minute. In 1 minute, our human heartbeats is 72 times. In the normal condition, the heartbeat increase during fever. When the fever, you have fever or any strains, then this increase. Physical exercise and emotional disturbance also. When we have emotional disturbance or physical exercise we are doing or we have fever, so this heartbeat increases. At that time it is not 72 times in a minute, it may be more. We can hear the heartbeat using a device called stethoscope. You know, children, you can hear the heartbeat with the device called stethoscope. A stethoscope amplifies the sound of heart. By the help of stethoscope, we can hear the sound of heart, which can be heard by placing the chest. How you can hear this sound of heart? By placing the stethoscope on your chest. Piece of stethoscope at the appropriate place on the chest. This piece you have to put at the right place on your chest. Heart sounds. Our heart makes sounds loop doop. Loop doop. Okay, that is the heartbeat. Loop doop are caused when the heart walls close. When your heart walls close, then it makes the sound of loop doop. The sound can be heard with each beat, and with each beat you can hear this sound loop doop. Okay, so this is clear that now what is the contraction of heart is called as systole, the relaxation of heart is called diastole. Okay, and the important thing is that our heartbeat at the rate of 72 times per minute beat in the normal condition, and the instrument which is used to hear the heartbeat is stethoscope. This all we have studied in this stanza, and the heart sound is said to be loop doop. Now next, loop doop, loop. This sound is produced when the walls close. Loop sound. When you get the loop sound, when the walls close, preventing the backflow of blood from the ventricles into the arteria. Okay, when the back flow of blood is there, when it from the ventricles into arteria, then it sounds loop, and when it sounds doop, the sound is produced when the walls close to prevent the backflow of blood from the pulmonary artery and aorta into ventricles. So when the blood from the pulmonary artery and aorta into ventricles, when it passes from pulmonary artery and aorta to ventricles, that is doop, and when backflow of blood from the ventricles into arteria, that is loop. Clear? Now pulse. The beating of heart may be felt in the superficial arteries at the wrist. When you put your two fingers on your wrist as a regular jerk called the pulse, that is called pulse, you will hear some this beat. Okay, this is due to the continuous pumping of blood by the beating of the heart. When our heart beats, it means that continuously blood is pumping by the heart. The normal pulse rate of an adult human being is 72 times per minute. As our heart beats, 72 times per minute, same way our pulse also move. This heartbeat increases during exercise, fever, and emotional disturbance. And as our heartbeat increases, no, in the emotion, some exercise or fever we have or we are disturbed, same way this pulse rate also increases when you have fever or emotional disturbance. The pulse can be measured by using the stethoscope. Pulse also can be measured by using the stethoscope. Okay, now next is blood pressure. The force of blood against the walls of blood. The force of blood against the walls of blood vessels is known as blood pressure. The force of blood against the walls of blood vessels is known as blood pressure. It is the maximum when the heart contracts and is less when the heart relaxes. When your heart contracts, it is more, and when your heart relaxes, it is less. Our blood pressure is less when the heart relaxes, and when the heart contracts, our blood pressure is more. The pressure of the blood when the heart contracts is called systolic pressure. When the heart contracts, the pressure of blood is said to be systolic pressure, and the pressure of blood when the heart relaxes is said to be diastolic pressure. Blood pressure is measured using an instrument called sphygmomanometer. The instrument which is used to measure the blood pressure is said to be sphygmomanometer. The normal blood in an adult is 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury. Here children, mm of He, no, it stands for millimeter of mercury. Okay, we read it as 120 by 80 mm of Hg, but mm here is millimeter of Hg stands for mercury. A rise in blood pressure above 140 by 90 millimeter of mercury is called hypertension. If your blood pressure is raised or increased above 140 by 90 millimeter of mercury, mm of Hg, is called hypertension. It means that you are in hypertension. Now we have to study about the blood group and blood transfusion. Blood groups, children, blood groups, that we all have different blood groups. Your blood group may be B positive, A or E, AB or O also. So everyone are familiar with that blood group. Okay, although blood of all human beings look red, our blood is red and it contains the same basic elements. All the people have the same elements in their blood. Nobody has anything else in the blood. All have red color blood, and the elements are also same. Namely, like all the elements of the blood are like a red blood cell, RBC, W blood cell, WBC, platelets, and plasma. In all the bloods, we get all these elements only. Yet not all blood is alike, but all the bloods are red in color. All have the red color blood, and the elements of the blood is also similar, but they are not alike. They are not same. There are four different groups in which the human blood can be classified. Our blood is classified in four groups, and these groups are A, B, AB, and O. In case of heavy loss of blood due to injury or surgery, a person may require supply of blood from an external source. Due to any accident, any injury, or you have any surgery and your blood is lost, heavy loss of blood is there in your body. So what is required? We need external source by which you can get the blood. The transfer of blood from one person to another is called blood transfusion. When you get blood from one person to another, when we give blood, means someone is giving the blood to the another person, that is the transfer. No transfer take place, that one is giving the blood to another. So we are transferring the blood, we are passing the blood from one person to another. That is said to be transfer. So that is said to be blood transfusion. Okay, when we are giving the blood or we are transferring the blood from one to another, that is the transfusion, blood transfusion. The person who donates the blood means the person who is giving the blood is known as the donor, and the person who receives the blood is called recipient. Receiver is recipient and giver is donor. Okay, it is very important to match the blood group correctly during blood transfusion. It is very important that you have the same blood group. Okay, if the blood group is not same, you can't give that blood. Okay, so blood group should be same. Now next, you have to study in the same chapter, keeping the heart healthy. How can you keep your heart healthy? Most common problems with the heart and the blood circulation are caused by changes in the walls of the artery. Mostly problems occurs in our heart because of the changes in the walls of the arteries. These changes restrict the flow of blood. Due to the changes in the walls of arteries, it restrict the flow of blood. Means it restrict the flow of blood. It means that flow of blood is not proper. If the same changes occur in the arteries of the heart, it leads to heart attack. So what happen if the same restriction of blood, this restriction of blood, no flow of the blood is not proper. So this changes in the arteries of the heart. When it changes take place in the arteries of the heart, it leads to, due to that, what happen, heart attack or stroke. It because of that, heart attack or stroke can be caused. People who suffer from hypertension means more tension, increase of the blood pressure, have blood pressure higher than the normal, that is the hypertension. So these, now how can you keep your heart healthy? To keep the heart healthy, first of all, play outdoors for half an hour every day. You should play outdoor game for at least for a half an hour. Second, limit the hours of TV you watch or computer games you play. You should not play computer games more or watch the TV for more time. It should be limited time. Okay, eat 3 to 5 servings of vegetables and 2 to 4 servings of fruits every day. You should take 3 to 5 servings of vegetables and fruits every day. Avoid fried foods, colas and sweets. You should not take fried foods, colas like cold drinks and sweets. Do not smoke or consume alcohol. You should not smoke and take alcohol. Avoid physical exertion after heavy meal. After heavy meal, you should not do that physical exertion. Keep your body weight within the normal range. Your body weight shouldn't increase. You should keep your body on the normal range. Means normal range means that it should not be very less and it should not be more. It should be in normal. And practice deep breathing, brisk walking and jogging regularly. And you should practice of deep breathing, jogging regularly. So all this in this chapter. I hope that chapter is clear to you. Then exercises are given. Read the lesson again, children, and try to find the answers of the given exercise in your book. Thank you, children.